All right, welcome back, everyone. We have a new event coming up. It is the Roominous Rumble Retro. You can see I've done a phenomenal job of updating our banner. I've just taken the last banner. Why get a new one when we can just slap things on this one in PowerPoint? But this one time we are doing a Moonrise event because everyone is so sick of live stream. And realistically, it means that I can play my deck again. I'm joined by Greasy, one of the, I guess, lesser known members of the Lumbaroos. Why were you not at Worlds?
Hey, I got close. I didn't quite get there.
You would have got there. Like, dude, you should have seen the last chance qualifier, the LCQ.
Yeah.
It was like 32 players, top 16 got enough points for you to get your invite. 11 people qualified from that event.
Yeah.
you would have easy. I don't think. I think top 32 of a 64, top 16 of a 32 player event, is that even a positive record?
I don't know.
I feel like someone went like 2-3 and made it.
yeah, for sure.
So
I would have been right there with them. 2-3.
I feel like it was very doable, and especially with the players that were doing well. I feel like you could have easily taken that one. But anyway.
2027.
Yes. Even if you don't get in, man, the experience of just being there was so cool.
Yeah.
That was actually better than the main event.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anyway, Moonrise, it's been almost a year since our last Moonrise tournament. And people have probably forgotten what to play, or people aren't sure what to play. So I've decided we're going to do a quick rundown of just some of the best decks of Moonrise, go through them. All these decks here have topped, at least gotten a top 16. Most of them have gotten multiple. Some of them have even won events. Surprisingly, not as many decks. I thought there was more events, but there's only like 8 or so events. I'm not entirely sure. And they were all on the same ban list. So let's go through these lists, and we're going to go top down. So we're going to go the most represented, the best decks down the list, to those more niche strategies that did well, but only because Bean Soldier or Bo was playing them.
Yes, sounds about right.
Yeah. First up, Luna Aggro. This was just the defining deck of the format. And we're also going to just see if we can move me just out a bit so I'm not in the way of the spirit math. You don't want to be like, oh, what spirits do we use? You should know these spirits. You can look these up. Look, Luna Aggro was the defining deck of this format. Werepup just is a huge setup. It's been a strong card since release. And Norby said if your opponent wasn't also on Luna, you win the game.
Yeah. No, a lot of the Luna cards, especially around the Moonrise period, were very strong, very dominant. As you would expect from the Luna set.
Yeah. Tell that to the Solar set. Where Solar did nothing. Hey. What I really liked is just the incidental little synergies, even for the mirror match. Stuff like Galaxy is really good into Norby, and Spectaris is good into Galaxy and all that sort of stuff. It was just really cool to see just the way that the deck evolved it to a point where you needed to be playing Galaxy because otherwise a Norby would clear it. It was the only non-Luna card that you could play, or non-Luna, non-Solar card that you could play and not just get immediately punished by Norby. And there's so many ways to build this. This is Justin's version. He won twice. Justin won 2 premieres with Luna Aggro. This is one of them. But I'm a big fan of Coda's top 4 from the last premiere. It was kind of more of a full moon as a combat trick variant. Yeah. It had 2 Leica Voids, and it had the field spell. It was just, really good build.
I bet you were a fan, huh?
Yeah, I like the way it doesn't main EQ. No, but honestly, that if he didn't come across my deck, he would have been in a good running to top that event because that deck was just a really good variant of Luna Aggro. it really played on people's expectations of Lunar aggro, just being like, oh, you're expecting that I only have the one Leica Void, so you're not ready for the second. And no one's ever ready for that second one. Yeah. Next is Heal Control. This got like quite a few tops. Julian won with it. It had multiple variants. There was the Water Thunder variant, and then there was the Solar Thunder variant. And then after a while, they were like, oh, instead, it was originally Heal Stall. And then after a bit, they were like, what if we just put Argo in? And now our Healy guys can go, I heal 3 spirits and I'm a 7.
I mean, 7s are better than 5s, right?
Yeah, exactly. It really was designed to punish the opponent for trying to run over your Quackle, because you could just go Quackle, heal, and pass, and your opponent would be like, yeah, I better clear that, get the body off the board, and you punish them with an Argo.
Yep.
Very, very good game plan. It's a lot more technical. It's not as just Unga Bunga as the Lunar aggro. Speaking of technical decks, Photosynthesis was insane. This isn't the best build of it, I promise you. The ones after this were better. This was like the one that won Dallas. Really good list, really cool list. But the biggest thing that I'm pretty sure I remember Barry saying, every single match was siding out Locker, whatever it is, the dragon, the bird. Is it Locagon? No, that's the water one. Latagon's the other one. Yeah. Lustragon. Yeah. Lustragon. Why are they all the same?
Lustragon, yeah.
Yeah. Every single sideboard was take out Lustragon, put in Heliolith. Heliolith is just the better build. And you see later versions of Bo's deck, if you were to like look them up, just do a very good job of just playing a better build. Just, more solid. I love that Cyber Mole has tops because of this deck. It's so cool because it grabs any 2 spirits from your underworld. They don't have to be solar. Puts them on the Golden Fleece, and then you can use those to pay for things or to Nexus things, which is very strong. Cryo-Rhino. This is a really cool deck. I love Cryo-Rhino as a deck. It just puts out big guys and says deal with it. Like, have you ever been on stream hit by 2 Rhinosect? It's not fun. So Tractor is crazy strong as a player. And I don't know if this is their favorite deck, but it is the one they're most known for. They do play the absolute hell out of
it. Yeah, I mean, plus we're going back to a format where Cryovern isn't limited.
Yeah, dude.
And that thing can just get out of control.
Cryovern is so good. It's so easy to put out. And just, it sucks that it's limited at the moment. A lot of these lists around this time, this was around the time they started just being like, we can just side Eruption in every single deck. If your opponent's playing Blitzstreaks, you win in the sideboard by just hitting them with an Eruption. So the last like 2 or maybe even 3 premieres, people were just siding Eruptions in everything. Falcane, this has a top. This came first place. It was just a Falcane deck. It was so unexpected, so cool. Just one of my guys survived a turn. I'm going to stick a Falcane. I'm going to kill you back row. Very, very exciting build. Most insane side deck I've ever seen. Like, what is this? Why are we on Dracodoodle?
Yeah, the Dracodoodle is
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's certainly a list.
I mean, I'm not going to question it. It won a premiere, right? I haven't done that before.
First place, only time the deck ever topped. So I don't know. Might have just been a once-off. Who knows? But definitely something to just be aware of coming into this premiere. It's not like Hurricane was limited. It was at 3. You didn't need to play a Falcane to Hurricane your opponent.
That is true, but it's much cooler doing it with a Falcane, let's be honest.
Absolutely. Next is this deck. I'm going to be the first to say this. I think I'm the expert here. This is not a good deck.
I mean,
it has one result. Okay, one result. and that is purely a high roll result. Blisterix can put up results with high rolls much more consistently. Like 5 people played this deck for that event. One of them made top 16. The deck isn't busted. I don't think it's insane or anything. I think it really does just come down to A, just a good pilot, and B, getting lucky. Getting lucky more times than not getting lucky. If I was to play it again, though, I feel like I'd put the 3rd Nectar of the Gods in.
Yeah, Nog is a good card, right?
Yeah. So we take out the Pigling, we put the Nog in, and there we go. We have a good deck.
That fixes it.
It was. It's interesting to see how the deck functions. But I feel like if people are prepared for it, they can deal with it. Like, you just side in Boombat, it's not a problem. Yeah. I love the deck. It's such a cool deck, but I don't think it's going to be winning this event. I don't think it is as potent as people make it out to be.
I mean, it sounds like you need to play it at the event and just win.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the whole reason we're hosting the event. It's just so I can do it again.
yeah. Relive the glory days.
Yeah, that's it. All right, now we're moving on to our decks that haven't actually won a premiere. Starting with Blisterix, which it did in Firestorm, but during live stream, it was incapable of, not live stream, Moonrise, it was incapable of winning. Crazy, honestly. I don't remember them playing Tadflow, but apparently they did, because this one and Josh's one, a few of the lists I looked at did have the Tadflow. Very good card.
I suppose if you hard draw the Aspirel,
Yeah, it also can. It can go into Snarlet. It can go into Moralith. You can do Equal Links things to get it back out of grave. It does work. I think that with modern deck building ideas, though, like this is Jack Kiyomi's list, and it was one of the first ones. Obviously, people moved away from playing Avalanche as they got better at the deck. Blisterix, obviously, we're at 3 because Rise is there. I think with modern deck building practices on how we play the game, we might actually be able to rework this and play it slightly differently, just to be able to be a little more explosive with it. Something like playing 3 Equal Links, just 3 Enfrostics, just so we can hit those Tadflows out of grave a little more often. I think that there is ways to play it, and like Corvuscull and Helios Slumber are both cards that have performed at least somewhat well in Blisterix decks, and as such, I think it is quite possible that people can innovate a little more where they were afraid to before. Fire Nexus. This was good for a bit. It didn't make a final, but it made like 10 top 16s. Although it never converted to top 8, like almost never. Like, rough, but Kinley is good. It says remove a guy. I don't know how sure it made top 4 on only 2 Kinleo. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, surely you play 3, right?
Yeah, it feels like you want to be on 3 for sure. I guess if you count the small Tuga, it's 3, but at that point you play 4.
Yeah. I mean, I love the sideboard that's got the no stone to search the small Tuga.
Yeah.
It's so good. It searches Lava Lith too. Like, yeah, I think that things like we don't play Ash Rabbit anymore. Like, it's something we could easily cut out of the deck for the 3rd Kinley or something like that.
Yeah,
like the receive is nice, but I feel like people are just going to play a little more aggressively and just as I said, modern deck building practice. I don't think there's space for a card like Ash Rabbit anymore. I think,
completely agree.
And we could probably even like cut back on Ambrose in a lot of these decks. Obviously not all of them, but cut down to 2 instead of playing 3. Like, even before I got semied, most decks were only playing 2. Pantera. This Pantera is so good. In every format, we've got at least one person jamming Pantera into every deck. This made multiple tops towards the end of the season. And it wasn't just Ari. Like, we saw Trish was on it in the last event. And then we saw Hunter Surge with like the heal variant. So it was a pent deck that played a lot of like heal stall sort of cards just to like keep the deck sustained while playing a card that is expensive like Pantera.
Yeah, I mean, big stat line, good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it outs a Celestlio, by the way.
Yeah.
It does run over the Celestlio.
Yeah, yep. Not a lot of things do that, but
The Wind deck. Perky showed up with this out of nowhere. There was a few other people that played like the good win cards, just a deck of good win stuff throughout the season. But Perky's performance on this deck was crazy. This list is so good. Every card is just so optimized for the Luna aggro meta, as long as, you know, the Norby doesn't hit you. Because, like, almost everything dies to a Norby here. There's not really a lot of things to play around it other than, like, Galaxy and Rabbit. Everything else just gets wrecked by Norby. But as long as your opponent doesn't draw the Norby, every card in your deck is good. With the Galaxy takes down like most threats, just as well as a modern Galaxy or like a Galaxy champ. Well, at least almost as well. Yeah, and again, this is that format where people were just throwing Eruption into their side deck. Just why not? Lego. So they just started shoving Earth into Luna aggro, taking out the Norby stuff, because once everyone's on Luna aggro, Norby stops being a good card. So we take out the Norby stuff, we put in some Earth stuff, and then we got back row removal, we got Viscerus, just a lot of good stuff. It was an interesting evolution of the deck, but there's not really any guarantee that it was better.
I think the only thing I would be thinking, looking at this, is putting the Norby stuff in the side deck.
Yeah, that's an option. That is an option.
Just because if you don't see other Luna decks, then you're back to the same situation where Norby runs over everything, right?
Yeah, you are. But then you also come across the issue of just like Spirit deck management. It just gets a little bit harder.
Yes.
Because obviously you've got to make a lot of like space for all the Earth stuff to go in for Demeter and the Scythe. And the Scythe was so good in this format. Like most Elestrals left the field by battle. If you could get a Scythe into play, you were just getting free spirits. Torn Agent. We had a few Torn Agent decks running around. This was before we got titled cards, so we weren't seeing like a lot of like just play Winjin, call your 6 of and grab it. You actually had to like Apollo for your stuff to set up the Winjin. But yeah, the Torn Agent decks were pretty cool. You just got to make sure you've got 3 active back row you can search at all times, and I think that's the other issue. People were playing Torn Agent a bit funny back then. It was usually just searching your Hurricane, your Earthquake, your guys. You were searching the guys you wanted to play. It wasn't until like early live stream or late Firestorm that people were like, what if we just search Gorgon's Gaze PTA Tsunami or Gorgon's Gaze Shield Tsunami?
Yeah.
Then what is the opponent going to do? Obviously, the weakness to this deck is you just Cryoblast it, it's gone. Like, the whole deck revolves around getting out guys that die to Cryoblast. So, you know, win some, lose. Why is there P-Gleam in the side?
Right. That is a great question.
It outs Pantera, I guess. Outs Pantera, outs Celestia.
Yeah, I mean,
but this is
when you don't have a 3 cost, get something else that outs the 3 cost, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's another deck that can win in time because of things like Kafmal, so it's another like time stally sort of deck. And then we just got people just like started shoving water cards in. I think Draking is amazing in any Luna based format, any water based format, because if the Draking gets a kill, you're casting a card that is usually live.
Yeah.
I think at one point it was a Firestorm trick that people were doing, but it was
the foamy Schnark.
Yeah, foamy Schnark is good, but people were doing like dragging over like a werepup just to like take the werepup, get the search, and go full moon, all that sort of stuff. I don't think it triggers the werepup search, but yeah. Or it might have been, they were killing the Lyca Void, right? They kill the Lyca Void, cast it, and then use that to cast werepups with it. But that was a Firestorm thing. But you could kind of do the same thing with like Norby in this situation. You can steal a Norby, swing in with it, and then ascend. So something to look at. Again with the cockadoodles. Why? I get that it suppresses things, but if you read Specteris,
yeah, I don't know why people were running it back then. Was it just for the Norby?
I mean, it might work on Norby. That's an option. Yeah. But so does Specteris.
Yes, yeah, that is true.
And the Specteris doesn't trade with the Norby.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spectral. Wait, no, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't even like trade with the Norby. It dies. It dies. It negates the Norby, and then it's still a Norby.
Oh yeah,
because it gets weakened. Spectral. This really, we saw a lot of this at Worlds just recently, was people were playing like Exaltus and then doing the Argo to protect the Exaltus Nexus, get a search for Celestia and Ascend. This is the exact same concept, except with a Farrageist at the end. Yeah, Dimax got a top 8 with this, and it's kind of just, it's got very Luna aggro vibes. Just in the, the Norbies, the Specteris, the Eddies. It's mostly a Luna aggro deck. We've just taken out the Doppelganger, taken out the Werepup line, put in the Homalis line. Yeah. Make Farrageist good again. I don't know if I believe any deck that Dimax tops with, though. And I don't mean that as a way to like say that Dimax is really good at the game. I just swear he gets the luckiest runs.
Yeah, it sounds like he's just good at the game.
I don't think he is, because he plays the worst decks. He plays the worst decks, so he must just be facing absolutely like awful opponents. Fire Artifact. In the very last event of Moonrise, we got Volcari's Champion of Hef. We got some other cards that are unbelievably awful, have never seen play. But we did get the Volcaries. And it's really good. This is probably the one thing you can play at 6 to win Gen 4 is Volcaries.
I mean, do you want to be running the other Volcaries, though?
It's made a top 16 somewhere. Not this format. In live stream. Yeah, this was just really trying to capitalize on the earlier release of Volcaries. I think the cool part of it is this was unexplored as a deck. It had one event that you were able to play. It made one top 8 in that event, 2 of them top 16. But this is a very unexplored deck in this format. We could do a lot with it. I think Hammer is really good. I think people should have been on Hammer Hephaestus. Some people were.
Yep.
It is just like, yes, it's a +2, but it's a free +2 on attack.
I mean, we've got no Torch in this format.
Yeah.
So kind of Hammer's one of your next best things. If you got the Hephaestus up, then, it shuts down things like Kindleo, which is really good.
And Cynector. You could play the Cynector build. I think it's viable.
Yes, it was in Firestorm. I had a lot of fun playing Fire Artifact, Wasp Ivy.
Yeah. I think that might be a plausible deck in Moonrise because we have the Volcari's Champ. And I think that's why I want it to be this exact format, is because the Volcari's Champ was so good. The other thing is, because the Volcari's Champ is such a good card, it means that the Kindleo is a little bit better. It's a little bit more playable, which gives you another out to things like Celestia, Pantera, and stuff like that. So that scary deck of Blizzstreak, Celestia, Pantera, all those scary sort of things are a little more removable because Kindleo is a little more playable. All right, Thunder. This is honestly this deck is like 1 degree separated from the Wind good stuff. It's just playing Boombats and Arcolith, where the Wind deck was playing other cards. I don't even know what would have been in the third Galaxy. Honestly, yeah, it's just good cards, just instead of other good cards. It's really just another flavor of the same deck. However, 2 Ambrosia. Big fan of 2 Ambrosia.
Ahead of the times.
Yeah, that's it. Absolute genius. And Titan. This is one of those ones where Beanzolder was like, I want to top with this time. Made top 4 with End Titan. Log did a really cool fire variant of this. So there is the fire version too, where you like use Ignectar. To play the turn 1 Ignectar, it plays 2 more. Your opponent most likely won't kill more than 1. And then you can just go Ardbud, Ardvarum, and Titan, just off of those. Alternatively, yeah, you can just try and play good cards, stick an insect, and somehow trigger everything off that. There's only like 4 insects in the deck, though. Like, if
that is a little bit.
I don't know. Huh? It's like, why even play? We're playing Ardbud as a searcher for Specterus and Vis, but not for the Ascension effect. We're just hard ascending into the Ardvarum. The plan is Vis gets a kill, hard ascend 1 into the End Titan next turn, and then yeah, I think that's the only real way that we're doing this.
Or you just hope that your opponent's playing bugs, right?
Yeah. If your opponent's playing bugs, I mean, which they are. Specterus is a really good card. Yep. Viscerus is a really good card. Probably is Norby just one of those. There. Yeah, Norby's everywhere. Yeah. No, I think that might be it. We're actually weaponizing the Ardvarum rather than trying to make End Titan. End Titan's not even necessary in these decks. You can just use Ardvarum as a bug removal. It doesn't have to ascend. Draco Ray. I think we really just wanted to avoid, like, we were just like, no one's playing Spoiled Fruit, surely. We're just going to keep healing. Draco Ray and Winjin and First Light, all just really good cards. This is like half of the Celestlio deck. Like, the Outback Sunrise list plays a lot of these cards. I feel like if you're going to commit this much in, you probably just go all the way, right? It's like basically the same list. It's one has a bigger top end.
Yeah.
Also, why are we on 2 Kokore? Isn't that like a main feature of the deck? Is to play? That
feels like it should be at 3.
Surely we want Kokore First Light to resolve.
You can so easily drop an Ambrosia in this deck.
Yeah.
The 3rd Kokore.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh well. Cryo Blizz was just, it's the worst variant of Blizz. Like, why are we playing a Blizz deck that's like, if I draw 1 and mill 1, half my deck turns off. It's only on 2 Cryolings as well. Like, the idea is that you're hoping to mill one of your Cryolings so you can bring it back and then get the Cryovert, but it's like, I don't know, at that point,
it just feels like you should be on 3.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just your secondary beater. I think this is just a way worse version of Blitztrix. It's not even on the Monolith. Something I would recommend considering is the Field Spell. We obviously didn't play the Field Spell in Blitztrix until the following format, until Firestorm, when we had a searcher for it. But the Field Spell still makes Monolith an 8. It still makes Aspral a 9. It's just not searchable, which is fine because, I don't know, you're just as likely to draw it as you are the other guy, the Brummelings.
Yeah.
Just means you're playing a little brickier, but it's Blitztrix. You expect bricks. But even this one's still got the avalanches in it, so that's weird. Voltempest. Did you know Voltempest has tops in Moonrise?
I did not know.
It's so funny.
I mean, that's very cool. That's wouldn't have expected many people to be on Voltempest.
Yeah, it has 2 tops. It's really just good Thunder cards, and then sometimes you drop a Griffuse. Voltempest itself is very difficult to remove in this format. Like, Celestlio, Pantera, Blitztrix, that's it. If you don't have another big boss monster, you're not dealing with. You can't even Peeglee in this one.
Yeah.
Water Luna is probably, I think this is the last of the decks that has multiple tops. It's just, again, it's basically Luna aggro, but we've foregone the wear pups for just good wet cards. And then also Jorblin, which can easily be taken out in exchange for a Cracker 2 guard. It's not all that different from that other water good stuff deck.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I love Jorblin, but there's definitely better things that you could be putting in instead of it.
It's such a cool card, but yeah,
It's so cool.
Drakking's just a little better in most situations. All right, now on to decks that got one top one time, just one top. Whatever the hell Dimac was doing here, it's kind of like the last list, but a little more Luna. Like, yeah, I have no beef with it. It is just an assortment of good cards, but like the variance here is just like we're just playing an extra doppel in a little more back row. Like, is that it?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, so again, the fact that Dimax got second on this is another thing that makes me believe that Dimax just got a good run. He just played against people that were not prepared for this deck. I'm not sure what he played against because this doesn't even seem like it would beat Luna aggro. But yeah, he played against something. And then speaking of Dimax topping events because his opponents were brain dead. This is the Worlds deck. This has 20 cards from Trish's Worlds deck. 10 additional cards from Trish's Worlds deck weren't released yet. And this is just the same concept. We're playing Exaltus and Argo. The plan is Exaltus lives. We get a artifact with Solar on it. We search Celestia. We drop the Celestia. The thing is, Trish's deck is all Solar, which is why the deck is good, why the deck performs well.
Yeah,
Dimax's deck
is going to miss too often here.
Yeah, it's only going to miss. It's going to miss so much. We have 10 total Solar. We have 10 total hits. One of them is going to be the Exaltus that you've used to cast it. The other is going to be the Celestia that has been cast. So we have 8 cards at most in the deck.
Yeah, and you've most likely seen at least a couple more by this point.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I feel like we're just playing Celestia as a searchable beat stick here. It's just we have Pantera at home. I do like the Heliolith inside though. Heliolith, good card.
Yeah, agreed.
Foxes. This is Bo's deck. This was insane. It come out of nowhere. It smoke screens into Luna aggro. So like, that's cool. But realistically, this is not a deck that will top with anyone other than Bo at the helm. It's a really cool deck. It does a lot. Or it doesn't do a lot. It just draws a lot. And it takes a really good pilot. Yeah, this deck is insane. Such a good deck, but I don't recommend people play this as much as they would like to. It's not going to do it. It's not going to win. And I think with anyone other than Bo, it's not even going to make top 16.
Especially, in this format, you've got Nogs, like you've got ways to draw.
Yeah.
You don't need to hard send it in this way.
It's honestly, playing against this deck was insane. Like, it is crazy how the game plan is really just put up a wall that somehow survives. And then when your opponent burns themselves out of spirits because you're constantly healing and drawing for free, you just go in with a Werepup or a Volclipse and they can't deal with it. Insane. And then, like, obviously, when you play against this and you lose game 1 because your opponent played really controlly, you're like, right, the answer is just to play aggro, right? The answer is just play aggressively, clear their guys, go in. And then your opponent, then Bo will side out all those slow cards, put in the Luna aggro cards, so when you go aggressively against it, Bo slaps back with Luna aggro, and now you've played the worst possible way into Luna aggro. And then you lose game 2, and it's like, okay, cool, that was a swift 2-0. And it's entirely my fault. I played game 1 wrong, I played game 2 wrong, I don't deserve a game 3. And then if you do somehow get to game 3, you're like, which one is it? Which variant is it?
Yeah.
Is it the slow one?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, it's really cool that the smoke screen's so drastic, such a drastic change. What else we got? We got a Celestia deck. This was my first premiere I topped with this.
Damn.
This is just a standard stick the Celestia list. We're not playing the like turbo into it with Rise and all that. I don't even know why Rise is in this list. It just doesn't seem to be a good card for this list. This is stick a solar guy. Like that's the game plan of this deck. Is if your solar guy survives, you turn into a Leo Bright, and then you go Celestia. And that's a good card.
Yeah.
It's just standard solar stuff. Obviously, you could update it. It probably has been close to a year since this deck got played. So yeah, it's a deck that could probably be updated and improved. I think Armor Dawn Control.
Version, right?
What's that?
We've seen the updated version, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's just Outback Sunrise.
It's just Outback Sunrise. I think Armor Dawn Control is also something we could viably use in this format. I think it's just a really cool card. And if you're playing really well, you can abuse it. Nothing feels better than when you like put the Armor Dawn down in defense, your opponent can't do anything. You swap it to attack to burn one and then ascend over it. So funny.
Yeah.
Like, are we getting a free burn here? Or when your opponent's like really. I had one game. I'm pretty sure it was this deck. My opponent couldn't out the Armor Dawns, and I had all three on field, and he had no guys, and I just swapped all three to attack, burn 3, tried to swing in for 3, and it's like.
I mean, if it works, right?
And then he tries to like run one down. And I'm like, Tsunami, burn for 3 again, my friend.
Oh. And you put them all back into attack on your turn.
Like, I would love to see someone do well with Armor Dawn Control at any period in the game. I love this little guy. He's adorable. But I believe that is all the decks, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, no, I am. Krakatuga. We didn't see a lot of people playing like burn decks in this era, but I think it's very viable. Especially if people are going to be playing Blizzstrix and Celestia. If you just get the God run where your opponents are playing those sort of decks that spend a lot of spirits, you're going to be able to top. If you can get off Krakatuga plus Eruption one time, that's 5 damage just so easily.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine it was released when this deck was played, but like we will have access to Valkyrie, so that's also, you got some fire artifact support there.
Yeah, that is an option.
Just good cards to help support the crack.
Yeah, I think that it's worth people taking a look at. Yeah, I didn't put a game plan in. Whoops. Makes me. I don't think I put a game plan in for any of them from here. Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was done. That's why I thought the other one was the last slide, because that's the last one. Oh well, that's fine. Scrap.
No game plans.
Yeah, the game plan is burn.
Yep.
Scrap is just like kind of like the same vibe as Photosynthesis. It's kind of like a holdover from Daybreak, which is the Argo deck that had F and Demeter, and you would just play them as Nexus Banks. You're not actually using their effects most of the time. You are just playing them as Nexus Banks just for Equalings and Kinleo to be able to remove stuff. That's pretty much it. It is just a Nexus Bank deck. I think it needs Mudlet. We need a receiver for Earth. An Earth receiver would really just capitalize the deck. Next is Thunder. Someone was asking me the other day, that's the reason I put this in. Somebody was asking me the other day if Mono Thunder is playable. This is pretty close to Mono Thunder. Obviously, every single deck we've looked at has Eddies and Galaxies, but otherwise, this is just really close to Mono Thunder. A lot of really good cards. I think this is very similar also to the deck I played in Firestorm and got that top 4 finish with. Same sort of concept. I think that the deck is quite viable. Just you will lose to Norby, so just have an out to Norby and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in a deck like this, you maybe want the tsunamis in main just for that Norby.
Yeah, yeah. I think the
But
idea is that you'll be able to alter for that sort of purpose,
yeah,
but that doesn't always work out. So yeah. Yeah, I think Mono Thunder is perfectly viable. I wouldn't
yeah,
do this exact build. I think I would drop Sonic Ore for something else. Because, like, Rabbit gets you a card, Allergic gets you a card and removes a guy, Jolton gets you a card, Quackle heals, Toxion does damage. Every single one of these cards gives you something. If they PTA it or shield it, they're just getting punished. And if they waste a
it's already done
Gorgons,
its job.
yeah, and if they waste a Gorgons on it, cool, that's one less Gorgons you got to deal with. Every single one of these cards is just good into the main staple back row, and that's my favorite thing about Thunder. Is it just has really good cards into back row. And lastly, Zephyrog. For the people that are like, we want Tadpuff back, this got a top. My man Doom's got a top with Zephyrog. I think this list can be dramatically improved. Have you heard of my friend Argo? I think we take out the crabs, we put in the Argos, and then, I don't know, we'll find space for the necklaces. Because you can get a Zephyrog in, do an attack, get some damage, and then when your opponent tries to crack back and take out the Zephyrog, that's when you can do an Argo trick and really ruin their day. I think that this is a good baseline, and obviously it did really well for Dooms to get top 16 with it. But I think that the variants he's played since then of this deck have just been a lot better, and that's without even including new cards. Plus, it gives people a chance to play Tadpuff again. Yeah, that's the last slide.
Just have to double check.
Yeah, I realize it's alphabetical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully people that are looking for ideas on what to play for the Retro Rumble can go through some of these lists. If not, top lestrals, check the dates on a lot of those lists. You can look at every top 16 from those 3 months, whatever it was. Except for there are some top 16 lists are missing on that website. So feel free to do a Lestrals DB, but top of Lestrals just looks nicer. Yeah, well, thanks for joining me, Greasy. Thanks for just
anytime.
It's been good to have you sit there and be like, "Yep," every 5 seconds, every like
hey.
30 seconds or so. It really helps me just have someone to speak to, though. Makes it a little easier to record.
I mean, what am I supposed to contribute? We're saying all the things. There was nothing left.
That's fair. What are you playing? What are you playing for the event?
I'm actually still deciding.
You're still deciding?
I've got a couple of things that I'm considering. Of course, I'm a Wasp Ivy baby boy, so I am looking at Fire Artifact Wasp.
Yep, that's cool.
Definitely on my radar.
I don't really need to tell people what I'm playing. Everyone knows what I'm playing. The moment the event was announced, people were like, well, we know what he's playing. I built it to play against MBT at Worlds, so obviously I have it together. It is intact. I got my risers signed, so I'm doing a really good job of just like putting up a hologram, an illusion of what I'm going to play, so I can just jump in with like Luna aggro and just play something else. Yeah. Make everyone think I'm going to play Solar Rise.
All of a sudden we see Cobalt on Zephyrog.
Yeah. I'm just going to play something that beats Solar Rise because I'm baiting everyone else into playing it. I'm main decking Gloombats. Not Gloombats. What is it? The Glimbat. Main decking the Glimbats. It only hurts half the deck, but Anyway, toodaloo. Hope that people have found a deck that they're interested in for the event, and we hope to see a lot of people there. Also, join the event. This is mostly an ad for the event.
Should be fun. It'll be good.
All right, toodaloo.